Welcome back to Behind the Gate. Today's guest has lived two careers at once. Dr. Dickie Joe Vest is a board certified therapeutic medical director of VCA, and a colonel in the U.S. Army Reserve Corps. His work spans equine reproduction, companion animal medicine, and deployments around the globe, supporting working dogs, food safety, and public health. He's seen both the intimate struggles of practice ownership and the high stakes demands of military service. His perspective matters because it touches the heart of what we talk about here: the strain on people behind the profession, the systems that either burn them out or sustain them, and what the future of veterinary medicine might look like. Welcome, Dr. Vest. Please introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
My name's Dickie Vest. I'm the medical director for VCA Westside Animal Hospital in Pearland, Texas. Moderately large practice with a lot of primary care, some urgent care, surgery, medicine, diagnostics, etc. A good solid general practice that does a lot of urgent care and emergency work.
Balanced equine practice, specialty medicine, VCA leadership, and a military career. What was the common thread that guided you throughout all of that?
Well, I think in talking to a lot of young Army officers, I feel like I keep going back to a similar answer, that deciding which one was going to be a priority at a single point in time. I think we can do a pretty good job at balancing several things, but one kind of needs to take the lead. What's common in soldiers' careers is that we'll go off and do a deployment. That becomes the priority for a fixed amount of time. We'll come back and the Army needs to take a knee for a little bit, focus on your family, focus on your civilian career, and invest in that, just keeping that cycle going in a healthy balance. And sometimes we do that well, and sometimes we fall flat on our face and we mess up multiple parts of our lives. But it's been fairly successful thus far, but it is a challenge. And it's just all the things you enjoy: family, civilian career, and military. You'd like to have all three of them going 100% all the time. Sometimes that's just not possible.
How, looking back, what did you underestimate about the personal toll of wearing that many hats at once, especially in a profession already known for burnout?
True. And there's been some definite generational changes over time, that those of us that are my age, we expected veterinary medicine to be 7 days a week. We just knew that going into it. Currently, that's not the plan for when somebody's entering into veterinary school. So, hiring is different as far as, I think we have to hire more associates now than we did in the past, because again, everybody was anticipating emergency call, weekend duty, and that's not the expectation anymore.
So to cover all the shifts, you have to
I
hire
think
more
so.
people.
That's definitely true in some aspects of the veterinary industry. Answering your question, I definitely underestimated. I joined the Army Reserve in June of 2001. So it was just a few months before 9/11. And at that time, what a career would look like as a veterinary corps officer in the Army Reserve would be, your 1 weekend a month, your 2 weeks a year, the typical sales pitch. It turned out to be a lot more than that just 3 months later. So I didn't anticipate that was going to occur. And so that took some balancing to do. And I think in veterinary medicine portion of my life, I was very happy when I was younger to work all weekend. You had mentioned equine practice, and equine practice can turn into a life and not a job, because you're very active with the 4-H chapters, FFA, rodeo. And so your weekends end up being going and doing equine activities, and you may be involved in them yourself. So it's a wonderful life, but it is a 7-day-a-week life. in contrast to companion animal medicine. I think there's more opportunity in companion animal medicine for that work-life balance and the ability. If you have enough associates within a hospital, you can kind of truly leave at 5 o'clock, where it's difficult to in large animal practice because oftentimes you're seeing your own emergencies, especially when you're the practice owner.
So, did you step back from your equine practice because you felt emotionally and mentally you needed more of a
It was
balance?
more emotionally and mentally felt fine, maybe physically becoming tired
Mhm.
with those 7-day work weeks. I'd been doing small animal relief work for years and I truly enjoy it. So it wasn't just to work less days per week. I'm passionate every day about companion animal practice. So I didn't feel like I was losing anything. I still do some consultation work on specialty cases in equine medicine around my area. I still get to do enough of it and I truly love it. So it's a win-win situation for me.
From your seat as both a medical director and a military officer, what broken systems inside veterinary medicine do you see draining the most energy and profit? So you're missing out on the funds from the sale of that medicine, and it's the time drain too. Were you able to make up some of the lost income through raising your prices now that people have pet insurance, or do you not see that they do have pet insurance?
This will occur because at that ground level, there's guilt about how those prices are affecting their clients. You're usually going to slow down when school goes back to session. And so you'll get a slowdown there. You'll get a slowdown around the holidays. And so we're following that natural kind of ebb and flow, but very busy, sometimes struggling to have enough labor for the day to get through all the pets, and some days kind of slow, but there are some empty appointment slots there that I would rather see filled. But overall, the business doing great. Super busy hospital, and so no real complaints there at
And
all.
where are you located?
In Pearland, Texas, on the south side of Houston.
Okay, gotcha. Well, if someone wanted to learn more about you, where would they go?
Um, Probably, well, we have like my bio on our website. I think that's probably the most complete, you know, introductory and a little bit of a career narrative there. I think that's a good spot. LinkedIn, another good spot.
Good. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Is there anything that you wanted to add that we didn't really cover?
No, I know your passion for AI, and so I was hoping that that question would come up because we're starting some exciting things here, and wanted to make sure we had a chance to discuss that, and we did. So thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely. And there's so much more coming too.
Yep.
AI is just the businesses that don't get on board with it are going to get run over by the businesses that do.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. So it's really exciting to see where it's going, and especially in the pet industry because you have to maintain the human touch, that
Yes.
high level of touch, but then
Yeah.
you can use AI to support everything else, and I love to see where it's going.
Absolutely. Well, keep up the good work on the podcast and talking about AI and how it's impacting veterinary medicine.
I will do it. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Behind the Gate, where we get real about what it takes to run and sustain a pet business today. If you found this conversation helpful, share it with someone else in the industry who might need it. And you can watch every episode on our YouTube channel. And if you're ready to make your own business a little lighter and a lot more efficient, you can learn more about what we do at vellum-agency.com. See you next time.